Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2. So, today we are on the Japanese servers here, and this is going to be interesting, because I actually haven't been on here in a while. I've been so laser-focused on the North American servers. A lot of stuff is going on currently. We've got the new version of the Rain Emergency Quest this year, which is... we'll be popping into that in just a couple of minutes here. We've also got the Tanabata event going on here, which, you know, I've described what that is in the past, but just to catch you up, it's basically a celebration of how two people in Japanese folklore were basically separated by their fathers, and they're essentially separated by the Sea of the Stars, and they can only meet each other once a year. If one of them gets all their work done, essentially. But yeah, this is an event I don't think we're ever going to see on the North American side, just because it's not an event that is celebrated. It's also known as the Star Festival. So yeah, but. Basically, the other thing that's going on here today, we've got characters that we'll be looking into in a little bit here today, which go by the names of Nomiya, Magical Robo Zect, and Dulce. These are characters from the Pusoni comic and also animated series as well, which is on the channel. And the other thing is we'll also be taking a look at Episode 6, Chapter 5 today. So we've got a lot lined up today, but up first is going to be the Rain Emergency Quest, which is popping any second here. Let's see. There we go. So we'll start this up on Ultra Hard. This game is very popular in Japan. In fact, we are getting to the very end of the game, actually, over there. Oh, that's right, I'm not premium currently on this account. I've been off this account for so long that I'm not even premium with it anymore. And I don't think I'm going to be activating that today. But yeah, so North American servers just went through their Rainy Day event. And in this particular case... well, this is an area that you would only have seen that is if you've been doing the Ultimate Quests before. We'll go ahead and join this party here. So, basically, Chapter 6 is going to be the last chapter of the story for Episode 6. Then we get the big final boss of the story, at least for Episode 6. Then we get several harder... quests, including an extreme quest and then another 12-man quest, I think. And then post that, we have the shutdown of the Sony Vita console for this game, and then we get a major update, which could mean anything. It could mean we're getting an actual full-on expansion for the game, or... It's really an unknown, and by the way, we got a Dark Rakta here right off the bat. But yeah, it's there's a lot going on here. So just because we're getting to the end of Episode 6 doesn't mean that things are going to be ending anytime soon. And in fact, based on what I've been seeing in all the symbolism lately, and we'll cover part of that later today. But for me, it's looking like we're going to be heading to Algol, or we're at least setting up what happens on Algol. Okay, no crystals dropped, so then this is just an emergency quest where we get a crystal at the end then. But yeah, I've been saying for a while now that basically what's happening in this game, in terms of the story, is this is all sort of the prequel to the events that happened in the classic Phantasy Star series over in Algol. Specifically that, basically the events that are spoken of in the introduction to Phantasy Star and the Millennium are... This game is essentially playing out those events right now. Or at least that's the theory I've been working with for several months now. And all the symbolism that's been dropping lately from what we're going to see later today, as well as what the environment for the final boss looks like, amongst many other factors. It's telling me that, yeah, this is happening at this point. And I've even Earning Key, who is a friend of mine, who does theorizing as well related to the story, is agreeing with me now that we're probably going to be seeing a lot of stuff. They refer more to the Genesis seal, which I'm not sure if I ever heard of that terminology back then when I played the classic games, but it's possible I just missed it at some point. But yeah, basically the events that are going to play out in the final battle, the Arcs are not going to win this battle, but rather all they'll be able to do is just seal the final boss inside what's known as the Edge, and it's going to take several million years before another group is actually able to take down Shiva and the true form of the Profound Darkness. No, if anything, here's what I would love to see happen. We actually get a named expansion for this game, and that named expansion takes us to Algol, but not Algol as we've ever known it, but rather Algol in the pre-Weiss era. Basically, as the Arcs are essentially setting up all the warning systems and everything that will help to defeat Shiva millions of years in the future. So, for example, setting up Rycross, the planet that appears every 1,000 years to warn that the seal is going to weaken them. Making sure that there are actually Arcs members around when society has evolved enough that they can actually take out Shiva. I had the sort of funny theory, well, jokingly, I theorized that characters that we see in End of the Millennium, like Rephase, who are on Rycross, the fact that they're essentially just a cloud of photons, I made the joke that maybe they're Phantom Arcs that just held a technique too long and they got stuck like that. I say that jokingly, but at the same time, would not mind if that was actually the truth. But it's also possible that Sega could go in a completely different direction with whatever they're going to do for what's next in the story, whether that be in Episode 7, which happens after this quote-unquote not Episode 7 update happens. But we'll see. By the way, Rare Drop Koi Koi. I have not heard this song in so long. Well, I would say that it's going to be something more along the lines of what would be a named expansion rather than what we've had as the previous expansions, which were essentially just new episodes in the story. So we're talking like major graphical overhaul, minimum specs go up, especially with Vita service ending. I see no reason why they wouldn't be doing that. The other possibility in all this is it's also possible that Sega could also be looking to not necessarily end service, but maybe transfer characters into a Phantasy Star Online 3, which is something that was posted for a job a little while back. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. We really don't know if there actually is going to be an end to the story, and it's just going to be regular updates from there without any new story, or if it's going to be a named expansion. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see, and it's not that far off. We should know sometime this year at this rate. But yeah, I would also say minimum specs are probably going to go up to Windows 10 minimum. 64-bit processors or better. Maybe 8 gigabytes minimum memory. But we'll see. It's still all up in the air right now. But, you know, I'm just excited that we are very close at this point to what this is all going to be. This has been a long time coming. And yeah, 12 having a game around for 8 years is a really long time for a game to last in this day and age. I mean, the only other ones that are really kind of lasting for that long, one is Final Fantasy XIV, which is, well, that was just a miracle that Square Enix pulled off after bringing Yoshi P on for that. And then you've got World of Warcraft, which is another MMO that's been around for this long. And then, yeah, you've got other games out there that they're still running, but really haven't received many major updates in a long time. At least as far as I'm aware. And of course, many other MMOs, they fail by their 3rd or 4th year, so it's Phantasy Star Online 2 is one of those that has stood the test of time, in some degree, even surpassing the original that it came from. And if anything, if there's one thing that I do like about PSO2 more than the original Phantasy Star Online, it's how much more action-oriented it is. I mean, you need to know about your positioning and things like that in the original Phantasy Star Online, but having the ability to, like, jump and dash forward and things like that, that was something that was sorely missing in that game. And then one thing I do kind of like having in the original PSO, but can also sometimes be a little bit of a drag, is that sometimes those areas can take upwards of an hour to complete. While something like this, it's kind of drop in, drop out. A mission's not going to last more than like 15 minutes at a time, usually. That sucks that missed. But yeah, we're probably looking at a major graphical overhaul with this not Episode 7 update. And it's with the Vita going away, it's essentially the same thing that that Square Enix had to do with Final Fantasy XIV. I've been saying ever since Episode 4 that the Vita's been holding back the game from its true potential. Now, we'll see how much of that is still being held back by the cloud version that that the Nintendo Switch version has, at least in Japan, but, you know, we'll see. Alright, 76-70 looks like to be the final points for this run. Oh, we got some Lumen mechs. Maybe we can score another point or two here. Oh, nice. Got up to 87-18 then. I'll take it. Hello, we got Rappies. And I just finished up my Rappy Egg 14-star there. Nice. That was a collection file I've been working on for a while, actually. Let's see. No, I still got space. Alright, up to the camp ship we go! Hey, Hawkseye! Glad you could join today. Alright, we're just waiting for this to restart. There we go. And let's see. Guess let me try the random drink this time. Since I don't have premium on, I'm not gonna get the extra boosts I typically get out of this. So going for weak point damage is actually probably going to be better here. And Rio Pichu, thank you for joining. And you know what? I'm just noticing now that the music here sounds like the dragon theme from the original Phantasy Star Online here. Aside from a graphical overhaul, as I was explaining before, I would love to see the arcs actually spend some time on Algol, and based on where the story is headed, it looks like that's actually what's going to happen here, in that I don't think they're going to be able to defeat the true form of the Profound Darkness once it comes up. I think it's just going to be, they're going to seal Shiva away, and then it's going to be up to future generations to finally take her out. And I've been saying for months that the story that is happening right now here in PSO2 is the war that's spoken of in the introduction to Phantasy Star End of the Millennium back on the Sega Genesis. That's what seems to be playing out. There is so much symbolism going on, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen over the next few months here. But yeah, basically, a named expansion, and the other thing I want to see from this update is I want to see the game's maps get bigger. I would say you could easily increase the size of the maps in the game by 2x, if not 4x, and really make them something special. Like, for instance, I felt that Las Vegas was completely held back by the PlayStation Vita. If you were able to ride around for longer distances on the Rideroid without actually hitting the wall of the map, that would have made that area something special. Oops, somebody went down. It doesn't look like Sega ever corrected the issue with the audio. I'm still hearing the music cutting out every now and then. And that's a bug that got introduced a couple of years ago, unfortunately, and Sega never really took the time to fix it.
Completed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking as well. We're gonna see minimum specs go up to be able to play the game. We're gonna be seeing, like, as I was saying before, I would expect the game is now gonna go to a minimum of 8 gigabytes of memory. You're gonna see minimum processors go up to 64-bit, and you're going to see Windows 10 minimum. They may even implement DirectX 12 support. But that one may be a stretch for them to do. It may just be DirectX 11. And yes, this is the Japanese version.
Emergency code due.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's nothing concrete here. This is just what I've been thinking over the past several months now, between all the symbolism that's going on, and plus the fact that the Vita is going away. It's just where I am in my head at this point, and it's what I want to see, but we'll see if Sega's actually going to pull this one out like that. Well then, since it sounds like then they might have gotten updated data that says there are enough players on that, potentially. If they do decide to make the jump, but I guess we'll see. Oh, it was recently. Huh. Then I'm not quite sure what they could... I mean, what I would say is maybe they would still implement DirectX 11, but leave a DirectX 9 option. Because that's how Final Fantasy 14 worked for several years now, until they ended support for it earlier this year, or last year rather. But yeah, I would love to at least see this bug with the audio get fixed. I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going on here. The game's running out of sound channels. And I switched over to this weapon since it became resistant to my sword. Okay, no longer resistant. And down it goes. Alright, Lumen Mechs.
Completed.
Yeah, that's, in this case, Gold Shredder. Just another Zeshrid variant. It wouldn't surprise me if all the old classes got a major overhaul, especially because I think recent data showed that of the older classes, each of them has less than 10% of the player base. It's all the successor classes that has 20% or more. So they're gonna do something to make them more popular.
Completed.
But at the same time, we're also gonna be getting the new Gunslash successor or Scion class, so that'll be interesting to see. I'll be curious if that class is able to block or not. Just because that is something that the Etoile can do, and the new Gunslash class is going to be kind of a mishmash of all three successor classes from what I've seen. Yeah, no kidding. When Hero first came out, that thing was so OP it wasn't even funny. A lot of people hated what was going on with the game at that time. Just because it was like, you either played Hero, or you were not successful in the game. Alright, time is running out.
Completed.
Alright, Veiled Fortress. I like what we're seeing from it. Once again, symbolism is heavy in there, in that the arena itself seems to look like what we saw from the Edge. And then the boss itself, I'm thinking what's going to happen is once you break its central eye, there's going to be another phase to that fight that pops out. Alright, let's get back up there to the camp ship. But one thing that kind of caught my eye about that fight as well is one of the attacks it uses looks exactly like the Black Wave attack from Phantasy Star and the Millennium. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited for it. No question about that. Alright, so we're going to get one more run out of this, and then we'll start to move on to the other things that we had lined up today here, that being Pusoni and Episode 6, Chapter 5. We'll probably start with Episode 6, Chapter 5, actually. I'd say Episode 6... if anything, the content that's come out has been kind of unique, but at the same time, it felt like the content came out a little bit slower than it has in the past, in that the game has kind of been treading like the same holiday events over and over for the past 7 to 8 years now, that it's kind of become kind of samey. Even this event, even this emergency quest here, it's... what's unique about it this time is the fact that you actually do have the Lumen mechs in here, and the new map. But this is still an event that's been going on for years now. And I guess I always felt that if Sega were to maybe skip some of those events, they might be able to get some other things out quicker related to the story. Plus, we don't know if this is actually going to be the end of the story, as it were. Since Sega did say that they had a 10-year plan for the game, but at the same time, when they lost their voice actor for Hitsugi, that could have really caused a major issue for their plans. And I'm trying to remember where I read this, but I remember there was, at some point, some documentation came out in some pre-production documentation that said that the Earth adventure was actually supposed to last 3 years, or last 3 episodes, rather. That plus the fact that certain other elements, if what I'm saying is correct, are actually missing from the game, that being the Elisa 3 showing up on Earth, which is a ship that escaped Algol when the planet Palma was destroyed. That event never happened. Yeah, and if they... when you say lifted, you mean they were no longer... yeah, Hitsugi, her voice actor got sick or something. And so they had to leave the game. And that would line up, when you're saying lifted, that they were no longer going to be able to hold themselves to that. I mean, they could have recasted her. Gotcha. Yeah, I couldn't remember the details of what had happened. But yeah, that would have taken her out for quite a while. But yeah, if they lifted it when episode 5 came out, that would line up with when she left, essentially. And plus, there have been other plans that Sega had that, unfortunately never saw fruition. I mean, if you dive into the code of the game, or rather into the files, you see some interesting things every now and then, like ideas for fights that, okay, there may not be any data populated in the files, but the file names kind of give away what's going to happen. Mr. Umbliss trying to be tricky today. Yeah, so if they had an infection like that, it's possible that their doctors may have put her under a plan that basically prevented her from doing any major voice work for several years potentially. So yeah, it's sad that happened, but yeah, if that's what actually happened here, and I don't think we ever got full-on confirmation that this is what drove the change in the timeline of everything, and if that 3-episode plan had still been in place when she was actually doing her voice work. That's the other thing. We don't know how long that had actually been in place for that plan. So, and unfortunately, it's been so long. I don't know if I could ever find that thing again where I read that. If it's not unbumped, I don't know where I would have read it. Yeah, Pat's fan. That's what I've been saying this whole time here. Is everything that's playing out right now seems to be pointing that we're essentially living out the events of what happened to essentially create the Algol star system, which is this three-planet star system, which is essentially a seal on the profound darkness itself. For myself, I don't think I even had the idea that we were even going to be headed to Algol until sometime in episode 6. It never occurred to me that Sega could try to do something that wild, I guess. And that it was more the circular nature of the games, and the fact that prominent enemies keep coming up over and over that led me to at least throw it out like that. But no, with all the symbolism as of late, there's way too much happening here for it to just be coincidence at this point. And yeah, I agree about that as well. If there was 2 years left, then yeah, it wouldn't make sense for them to drop support.
Completed.
Alright, about 2.5 minutes left, and then we'll be done with this run.
Your Majesty. Go.
We got Lumen Mechs. See if I can line these up. Looks like everybody else took them down already. Oh well. That's just how efficient these teams are.
Completed.
Oh, we got more bosses up there. Well, no, the game, the 10-year plan is effectively over, once, episode 6 ends. It just turned into something closer of an 8-year plan, instead. So, we'll see what this humongous update is going to be. Possible we might not get any new story and they just start into PSO3, or they may continue things in this game, and that PSO3 job listing was more just for whatever the PSO2 expansion would be. That was a good hit. Well, even if your account is far behind, I mean, you'll still be able to enjoy the final battle and such.
Completed.
Alright, so we got Rappies again, but somebody's gonna hit that crystal, so there we go. Now I'll pop out my sword again. Alrighty, let's pick up the spoils. And then we'll make our way out of here. And let's put some of this away. There we go. I am not sure what I'm finding. Let's see if anything's unchecked. Machina Filth, looks like, is one of them. No, wait, no, that's the 11th star. So then I guess I need to uncheck all these. Let's see what we got then. You have to think of it. I don't think I had any rare droop, or rather, any rare drop boosters going here. Slave Lance, Mars, Fist, and Slave Slash. So those are more area drops. Slave Lance is nice that it's an 8 slaughter here. Alright, and it looks like I've got something to pick up over here. So... okay, so this is for doing 3 runs of the 2020 Emergency Quest. And then this is also doing for a single and 3 runs of the Emergency Quest as well. Yep, that's right. So, if anything, that weapon might be useful for if you wanted to... what was it? I think that went into the austere weapon. The slave weapons do, I think. So that would... and you're able to transfer abilities to the austere from the prior version of the weapon, so... that's a good drop if anybody needs that that you can sell on the market. Alright, I am in one of the busier blocks right now, so let's get out of here. We're gonna hop up here, and we're gonna make our way to the bridge. Actually, 13 stars are becoming kind of common on the North American servers, just because you can get them through the Rising Weapon Badge 2, as well as the, what is it called? Doing challenge miles. But okay, let me go ahead and refill my Dimates. And anything else I can put away? Oh dear, my bank space is full. Alright, well that's something I'll have to deal with later then, I guess. Alright, well then, let's go ahead and get this started here. We are going to jump into Episode 6, Chapter 5 here. So, we're starting off with Before Going to Omega. I guess so.
さん、戻ってきてくれたんだね。劣勢の最前線はひりつくほどに楽しかったんですけどね。
リサにお願いして引いてもらいました。オメガのこととなるのであれば、私が出向かねばなりません。
あ、今はハリエットさんかな。毎度のことながらまだちょっとびっくりしちゃうね。
Matoy, you still haven't picked up that you need to look at the color of her eyes yet? You'll have to get used to it.
そうですね。リサがもう少し普通の喋り方であれば、そこまで違和感がなかったのですが。
おやおや、とっても言いがかりですね。リサは普通の喋り方をしてますよ。リサにとって普通のね。
ほほんらしいですよ。それよりも二人とも早く環境へ参りましょう。オメガに向かうのであれば、アルマさんの協力が必要ですので。
Alright, and just for reference, I have turned off the chat, so I can keep a clean version of the image here. So moving on, who's going to Omega?
オメガで結界発動を行うことで十分な効果が見込めるとの演算結果が出た。実行するだけの意義はある。言ってくれるかい？
Of course.
私も共に参ります。元よりあちらの住人です。先導は任せてください。
リサもついにオメガとやらに踏み込めるんですね。ハリエットさんはともかくリサさんもいけるんですか？
私とつながっているので可能です。とはいえ、向こうに戻れば私は心霊。おそらく私だけでもいけますが、
オメガの敵さんの内ごたえとか試してみたかったんですよ。楽しみですね、楽しみです。
リサの希望を無限にはできませんし、護衛という形でお供できればと。
撃たれなければいいんですけど。じゃあ私も一緒に。残念、2代目ちゃんはこっち。私と一緒にこの人をオメガへ送り込む役。
この状況でガーディアン2人ともがこの世界から一時的にいなくなるというのも危ない。それに君は安静を命じられてるはずだ。一緒に行きたい気持ちはわかるけど、今回はこちらに残ってほしい。
Take care of things here.
わかった。気をつ
シエラ、君も同行して2人のナビゲート。
でもあれ、オメガ内の世界って目まぐるしく変わってるはずですよね。私ナビゲートできるんでしょうか？
Sierra, did you forget that you're a fairy in there?
大丈夫ですよ。今のオメガはガーディアンが訪れた世界のままです。かの世界の存在である私がこちらに来ているので、時間の流れが完全に同期しています。
You know, I was wondering about that, if time had resumed normal pace with the events being over in there.
つまりマルソン統治の世界へと向かうことになるんですか？不安ですね。
マルガレータならうまく統治してくれていますよ。 多分。
Episode 6, Chapter 5, The Savior Comes Again. Once more in foreign lands. You know, one comment I do have about all of this is, and this is, I don't know, it feels like Oza and Marlu kind of got the shaft in all this, since Lisa's the only one that's really of the original trainers that's still active in the story, as it were. I mean, they're still there, but they don't have like a major part like this. Alright, so preparation and a promise.
あなたがこの惑星の巫女様ですか？リサは巫女様を撃ったことがまだありません。ですから撃たせてもらえませんか？はあ、これはまたとんでもない客人だの。おい、そなた、見舞いに来たのか、わらわを困らせに来たのか、どっちじゃ？
やめなさいリサ、失礼でしょ。大変申し訳ありません。リサがとんだご無礼を。
突然喧嘩を売ってきたかと思えば、今度は平謝りとは全くもって理不尽よの。俺、説明せい。なるほど、話は分かった。しかし結界のことであればすでにシャオに全て伝えておる。そなたらが知る以上のことはないぞ。
それでも構いません。人づてに聞くよりも直接伺うことで知り得ることがあるかもしれません。とにかく今できることは全てやっておきたいのです。
ハリエットの言う通りですね。やってやりすぎることはありませんし、何よりこの程度の労力を惜しんで失敗する方がリサ的にはありえません。やれやれ、難儀じゃな。話してやってもよいが、その代わり条件がある。
はい、何なりと。
すべてが終わったら司祭を聞かせてもらえぬか？そうじゃ、茶会を開こう。花でも見ながらゆっくりとな。お茶には興味ありません。それよりもリサは巫女様を撃つ方がとっても興味あります。かか、そなたの片割れはぶれぬの。では茶会の余興を楽しみにせよ。
I wonder if Lisa realizes that Sukuna-hime is Magatsu.
さすが巫女様、話がわかりますね。楽しみですよ。
スクナ姫様、あまり不用意なことはおっしゃらない方がいいと思います。リサは本気でスクナ姫様を撃つつもりですので。
わらわは巫女じゃ。そう簡単に撃たれるつもりはないわ。それよりもそなたはどうじゃ？この戦いから生きて帰り、わらわに土産話の一つでも聞かせてくれるんじゃろうな。
わかりました。その条件お受けします。必ず生きて帰り、お茶会に参加させていただきます。
忘れるでないぞ。リサに打たせてくれる約束も絶対忘れないでくださいね。忘れてても打ちますけどね。わかったそなたこそ生きて帰ったら忘れず茶会に参加せよ。よいな。
では結界について一から話させてもらうかの。
Alrighty, so up next, Demise touches another world. So this is finally taking us to Omega, it looks like.
オメガに到着を確認。ここはクエント南方の平原部です。ってなんかいきなり戦争してるんですけど。おやおやおやおや、これはとっても楽しそうですね。で、あれはどちらを撃っていいんですか？
いえ、よく見てください。あの敵は。
Oh boy, that's not good. Why are they here?
あら敵さんの方がリサたちよりも先を行っていたということでしょうかね。
まずはマルガレータに話を聞きましょう。皆さん、私のもとへ。加速機翼よ、ここへ。すると
ああでもないこうでもない、ああでもないこうでもない、ああもう手が足りないっての。神様どころか妖精の手でも借りたいぐらいだっての。
Ask and you shall receive.
誰かなんとか助けてよ。なんか来た。
マルガレータ。
ハリエット、あんたやっと戻ってきたのね。ってガーディアンに妖精も。それになんかおっかなさそうなのまで。なんか面倒ごとの予感がするんだけど。
話が早くて助かります。ですがまずはこちらの状況です。あの戦争の相手はどこから？
黒眉のあった湖から。エルミルとの戦いの時の砦残しておいて正解だったわ。あ、周辺住民の避難は完了してるわ。そっちも心配無用だからね。それじゃ次は私から質問。あれは何？あんたたちが関係してるんでしょ？なるほど。ガーディアンの世界で極悪超人が良くないことやってるからいろいろ大変なことが起きてるってわけね。それってうち完全にとばっちりじゃない？さっさと倒してよその極悪超人を。倒せないぐらい強いから困ってるんですって。しかしこっちの世界でもフォトナーの兵器が出ているとは予想外でしたね。いえ当然でしょう。ここってアカシックレコードの中みたいなものなんですからね。でしたらリサたちの世界で起きてることがそっくりそのまま起きているとしても何ら不思議なことではないのでは。オラクル側と時間同期が取れているからその影響もリアルタイムに受ける。今まさにオラクルで記録されている歴史、それをオメガは再現しているってことですか。なんか難しいことよくわかんないけど、そっちの極悪超人をなんとかしないとこっちも落ち着かないってことよね。要約にも程がありますがそういうことですね。とばっちりだけど一連卓勝ってことね。で何をすればいいの？そのための準備をハリエットさんがしてくれてるわけですよ。
ただいま戻りました。
おかえりハリエット。でどうだった？
この世界を支える6つの霊脈のうち5つ容易に抑えることができました。ですが残りの1つには私の力でも干渉できず、直接地にくさびを打つしかなさそうです。
なんだか嫌な予感がします。奇遇ね、妖精。私も同じことを思ってたわ。
Is it the location of the black cocoon?
はい、推察の通り、かの敵の集い芝、黒眉の発生していた場所です。霊脈の中心点だからこそ、人々を癒す場所として成立し、力を求めたエルミルに悪用されもした。そして今、あの周辺一帯は神の権能をもってしても干渉不可能な状態になっています。
つまり自力であの敵の波を押し分けて中心へたどり着けってことですね。ついこの前やったわね、それ。
敵さんがいっぱいの場所に飛び込んでいくんですね。それはとってもたくさんいっぱい敵さんを撃てるんじゃないかと思うんですが。
I can tell you're excited there, Lisa.
楽しみですね、楽しみです。特等席最前線で楽しめそうですよ。
妖精、あれ大丈夫なの？大概ヤバそうな感じなんだけど、こっち撃ってきたりしないでしょうね。そこで顔背けんな。不安になるでしょうが。
そう心配しなくても大丈夫ですよ。誤射は3発までなら誤射じゃありません。
そりゃわざと誤射ってるんなら何発やっても誤射じゃないでしょうよ。くっそ、前の時以上に不安ね。ベルンに行ってもらってる剣の巫女に戻ってきてもらえばよかった。もう悩んでも仕方がない。やるっきゃないんだったらやるだけよ。新要素マンのご出陣よ。準備準備。
Alright, so then that pretty much confirms that we're not going to be seeing Elisa and all this here. Before we get started, I do want to grab a drink from the vending machine here. And why don't we go for another random drink here? Try to get that weak point damage again. I'm not having any luck getting it. There we go. Nice, we also got dark protection as well. Alright, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. The path to the spirit vein.
ハリエット、確認するけど、あの敵がわんさか出てきてる場所がそうなのよね。
はい、霊脈はあの中心点です。
敵の布陣も確認できました。明らかにその霊脈を守ろうという陣形みたいですよ。
これだけ開けている場所では忍び込むのも不可能でしょうね。
To answer your question, since I'm not premium currently, I wouldn't be getting all the full bonuses from that. So in this case, I decided to go with weak point damage instead.
これは正面からぶつかり合うしか方法はなさそうですね。
どうしてそんなに嬉しそうなのよ。
リサの言う通り、この状況では正面から突破するしかありません。ガーディアン、お願いします。
敵陣に動きありました。こちらに気づいたようです。
始まりですね。
Alright, let's do it! So far, so good. Alright, now we got some Omega creatures here. These we can just start slashing away. And they go down really quick. Oh, there you are. Alright, we got a tower up here. Down it goes. And here come the Lumen mechs again. I'm kind of surprised these are going down so quickly. I thought I put this on hardcore mode. Okay, now this is starting to get interesting. Got one of these sky cannons here. Alright, looks like that's it for that group.
Your Majesty, code due.
Okay, this is an interesting combo. There goes one. Is there another tower up somewhere? No, something's just targeting me somehow. Alright.
Completed.
Alright, looks like that's the end of the trial here. Yeah, seriously, what's targeting me? Okay. S rank on that then. Alright, so then I guess the battle is split in two here. So let's go ahead and grab another drink then. Gotcha, okay. Yeah, that would make sense if it's an invisible target then. Alright, so... yeah, let's do another random drink here. It can be so annoying to get the weak point damage sometimes. There we go. Let's see. Whoops, did not mean to talk to you, Alma. Alright. So, next mission is the end of the God of Fidelity. We'll do this on hardcore as well. Well, nah.
バルナ、やはりあなたなのですね。
ハリエット様、お待ちしておりました。
あんたハリエットの副官よね。どうしてそんなところにいんの？違います、マルガレータ。今のバルナは私たちの敵です。 敵？あいつハリエットにめっちゃ忠誠誓ってたじゃない。
それが大義のために必要なことだった。それだけです。
大義のためって、あんたハリエットを助けるためにあんなに必死だったじゃない。それもこれも全部嘘だった、演技だったとでも言うわけ？
マルガレータ様、すでにその問答は終わっております。我が主は対の女神シヴァただ一人のみ。私は主の道を阻む者を排除する。それが義の王神バルナの使命。
だったらさ、そんな自分に言い聞かせるような喋り方するんじゃないわよ。そっくりよあんた。真相でいいようにされてたうちの前国王の取り巻きに。あんたとは大して絡んじゃいないけど、それでもそんな顔してなかったと覚えてる。もっと人間味のある顔をしてたはずよ。
バルナ、
我が主究極存在シヴァを支え、そのために影の存在たるミトラといかなる霊にも従う私が作られた。だがその使命果たせないまま私たちは世界より排斥された。その存在たとえ虚空へ封印されよう、我らは共にありて。今に舞い戻りしこの時こそ、主の望むがままにその命をなす。それこそが義である、忠節である。
ならば私があなたを止めましょう。かつて共に歩んだ者として。
Let's do it.
ハリエット様、お覚悟。これまでです。やらせません。お覚悟。
Oh, this guy's tricky. He immediately removes the lock on.
義の王神たる力、受けてみよ。お覚悟。
You're open.
これまでです。
There we go. Sword is unsealed.
これまでです。我が剣は主のために。主の望むがままにその命をなす。義の王神たる力、受けてみよ。これまでです。
Okay, I get it now. That spot on the ground is actually poisonous or something.
義の王神たる力、受けてみよ。お覚悟。
Really? Did you just use a telegraph?
我が剣は主のために。主の望むがままにその命をなす。これまでです。義の王神たる力、受けてみよ。これまでです。お覚悟。お覚悟。これまでです。
Oh, you know what? I just realized he's weak to dark.
主の望むがままにその命をなす。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。やらせません。お覚悟。お覚悟。これまでです。お覚悟。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。
Alright, let's get away from these pillars here.
お覚悟。我が剣は主のため。主の望むがままにその命をなす。これまでです。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。お覚悟。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。これまでです。やらせません。
So it's kind of obvious that this is what the basis of the new Scion class is going to be like.
主の望むがままにその命をなす。
He's definitely learned a few new tricks since we last fought him.
これまでです。お覚悟。お覚悟。お覚悟。お覚悟。 義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。お覚悟。これまでです。我が剣は主のため。主の望むがままに その命をなす。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。これまでです。やらせません。 義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。お覚悟。
Alright, this is starting to turn into another time where I wish bosses had an HP meter on them, so I could see how far along I was.
これまでです。我が剣は主のため。主の望むがままに その命をなす。これまでです。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。お覚悟。これまでです。やらせません。お覚悟。義の拝みたる力受けてみよ。これまでです。
Popping a photon blast.
我が剣は主のため主の望むがままにその命をなす
You know what, do I have anything going for my mag? I don't. Alright.
これまでです お覚悟 お覚悟 義の拝みたる力受けてみよ これまでですやらせません これまでです我が剣は主のため主の望むがままにその命をなす
That did some damage.
義の拝みたる力受けてみよ これまでです お見事
There we go. They're finally down.
Completed.
Shikashi, 私の目的もこれで達成です
何を。
あなたたちがやったことの逆我が身を煮えとし霊脈を砕く戦いにより霊気したマナを用い集いし力を打ち砕く
Yeah, he left himself open.
はあ、今までで一番不愉快な手応えですよ。そう思いませんか、ハリエット。
お見事ですハリエット様
バルナ、どうしてそこまで。シバは本当に命を賭して尽くすべき相手だったのですか。
私には分かりかねますただここで私が死のうとも我が主は涙を流さないでしょうですがだからどうしたというのです忠義とは主からの見返りを求めて発揮するものではありません不本意などはなくそれが当然こうして主のため志半ばに散ることもまた紛れもない私の意志ですですがハリエット様私いえ僕はここにいた時は義の拝みとしてではなく僕として歩むことができました短い時間でしたがあなたと共にいられたことを僕は感謝しています
バルナ。
ガーディアン僕は何が正しく何が間違いなのかは知らないお前と主の戦いの結末こそが 世界の選択なのだろう。ゆえにあとを頼む。
バルナ、どうか安らかに。
ハリエット。
大丈夫ですよ、マルガレータ。しんみりしている時間はありません。こうしている間にも戦いは続いています。霊脈を抑え結界を起動しなければ、オメガにもオラクル側にも平和は訪れない。私がここでくさびとなります。
敵勢力活動停止しました。これがフォトナーの力を封じる結界。
しかし私はスクナ姫さんではないので、万事が完璧にとはいきません。結界の効果も万全ではないと思います。ここで結界を維持し続けるために私はこの場にとどまります。ただし私の結界維持もどこまで持つかは分かりません。だからよろしくお願いします、ガーディアン。
それなら私もここに残るわ。ハリエットは私たちの国の神様だし、私はその国の神王様だからね。
ありがとう、マルガレータ。
You two have a lot to catch up on.
リサ、今まで一緒にいてくれてありがとうございました。本当に心強かったですよ。
あらあらあらら、感情の別れみたいなセリフはやめていただけますか？と言ってもすでにあなたの根性は終わっているのだから間違ってはいないのかもしれませんね。まあそれはさておき、リサはあなたとこれでお別れする気は全然ちっともこれっぽっちもありませんよ。まだまだ楽しいことはたくさんあります。ですから全部終わったらまたお会いしましょうね。
はい。
Alrighty. So, a couple of things about that, and yeah, I'll work on trying to clear this up a bit faster in the future. So one thought that I had while this was all going on is if Omega really is set to become Algol in the future, then it actually would make sense that Verona would have to die there. Specifically because they are also Lashik, a prominent figure on Algol who shows up both in Phantasy Star as well as Phantasy Star End of the Millennium. They show up basically 2,000 years apart from each other. So if this is really where the cycle of rebirth for them is going to start, then yeah, they had to die on Omega. Aside from that, Harriet and Margareta meeting up again, that was interesting. And then, of course, the fact that Harriet essentially knew that spell, which was effectively I think Sega was trying to poke fun at the traditional RPG tropes in that one. whereby basically she used a return spell. So, okay, let's move on to the next one here, the Goddess of Demise alone.
行きましたか、バルナ。不甲斐ない結果であるとあなたは嘆くかもしれませんね。ですが気に病むことはありません。結局のところ私一人で事足りるのですからね。対抗兵器の開発、力を封じる結界の発動、ここまで手を尽くしてきたアークスの諦めの悪さには感嘆しますよ。その努力に敬意を表し、決戦をもって終わりとしましょう。この世界を、この宇宙を、この記録を。私は対の女神シバ、宇宙の記録を終わらせる存在、それすなわちフォトンの抹消。その意見一致があったからこそ私とあなたは共にあるのですからね。深淵なる闇よ。
Oh, symbolism. Alright, so we got a 20 Star Gem ticket. Alright, and so that is the end of the main story until Chapter 6 comes out. Now, bear with me for one moment here. I want to bring something up on the screen here. Give me just a moment. Alright, let me fix this here, because I had seen this image before, and... Whoops, that's not right. Come on. I want... Here we go. So, on the left is Shiva and the shadow behind her. On the right is the final form of the profound darkness in Phantasy Star End of the Millennium. So, once again, symbolism at play here. Yeah, the spikes are there. What's missing are those shoulder spikes, but you know what? Given the time scale we're talking about, give it a couple of million years being sealed away, and yeah, that is Shiva in Phantasy Star End of the Millennium. So, yeah, this is a huge deal here. The crown? You're talking about, these, let's see, can I point to them? You're talking, at the top there, on the head? Because, yeah, those spikes are there. If you look, to the, on the right side with the, where the gem is on the head, and you look to the left and the right, those spikes are there as well. So, yeah, all of it is in play at this point, and it's really got me excited for what's coming down the pipe here very, very soon. Alright, let me take this away, and... Oh, really? I'll have to take a look at that again. Okay, yeah. Let's finish up what we've got here for the story for now. And then we'll move on to Pusoni, and then maybe I'll do a run at the, using a trigger to check that out, at the end here. Anyway, let's move on to the sub-story now here. Lisa's reaction speed.
あー、ちょっといいですか？あなたはリサさんってご存知ですよね？
I do.
ですよね。有名人ですもんね。ならちょっと頼み事があります。リサさんが乗っていた AIS の稼働データを見ていたんですが、射撃の反応速度が異常なんですよ。レーダーの感知よりも早く敵の位置を把握できているんです。いくらなんでもありえません。この理由が分かれば、さらに AIS を改良できるので、リサさんに話を聞きたくて。リサがどうかしましたか？うわー、びっくりした。ああ、あなたがリサさんですか？はいはい、リサですよ。リサに何かご用ですか？はい、あなたが乗った AIS の稼働データを見たんですけど、疑問点がありまして、何度かレーダーが感知するよりも早く射撃を当てたというログがあるんですが、あれはどうやっているんですか？どうと言われても、リサはただ目で見て撃っているだけですよ。目で見てとは？リサは戦う時にレーダーに頼ってませんからね。 AIS この目で探して見つけたら撃ってるだけですよ。まさかの目視。いや待てよ、目で探して撃つか。なるほど。フォトンの感知速度じゃなくてカメラ駆動と解析能力を上げれば同様の結果が得られるはず。
Either that or you could give everybody cast eyes.
それにしても AIS というのは何ともリサには合いませんね。敵を撃ってる感覚がありません。そうだ、カメラの XHD 画像解析を16ミリセカンド未満に高速化できればレーダーマップにリダイレクトして。
One moment. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just doing a quick calculation here. Okay, this is funny. I had to check this out. So what Ludmilla is talking about is actually it's actually a play on the game itself, in that she's talking that the AIS cameras are only reacting at 60 FPS. She's saying that if she can increase them below that, then the reaction speed will be better. That is a really funny thing to add in there. And the only reason I caught it was because I'm running a 144 Hz screen myself.
やっぱり敵を撃つなら自分の手で撃って撃ちまくるのが一番ですからね。フォトン感知と合わせれば今よりも 22% 以上高速で正確な索敵が可能。あ、どうもですリサさん。おやおやおや、なんとも変わった子ですね。
What's even funnier about that is the fact that I think the Arc Slayer team recently discovered that the frames per second in the game is not actually true frames per second. It's like when you select 144 Hertz, it's not really actually 144 Hertz. It's like a number around there or something like that. So yeah, that was a really funny joke to put in there, and it's gonna go over most players' heads, I think. Alright, the meaning of hospitality.
あら、マスター、ごきげんようですな。ねえ、マスター、私、 ずっと考えてましたの。おもてなしを極めたいって。おもてなしできる機会は一度のみ。そう考えて常に悔いが残らないよう誠心誠意おもてなしすること、それこそがおもてなしの極意と考え、エトワールの戦い方に生かしたいと思ったんですの。ただ私個人としては、おもてなしで大切にしたいことは能力向上だけじゃありませんの。お仲間は見知らぬ方かもしれません。二度とお会いできないかもしれません。だからこそ出会いを大切にしたい。おもてなしで仲間に力と勇気を与え、淡く優しい光で照らし、温かく見守る星のような存在になりたい。クラス名のエトワールはその星を表す言葉からいただきましたの。ヒーローは大勢を相手に戦場をかけ、ファントムは厄介な相手を絡め手で確実に仕留めていく。そしてエトワールはおもてなしで仲間と戦える幸せを最大限に生かすことができる。地獄で一人延々と戦い続ける悪夢、もう見たくありませんから。
Everyone has your back.
その通りですわ。ストラトスにキョウさん、マスターもいてくれますもの。それにエトワールはおもてなしへの思いを形にする際にマリア様に助言いただいたクラス、いわば2人で作り上げたものですわ。落ち込んでなんかいたらマリア様を悲しませてしまいますもの。よーし、やってやりますの。私これからもメイドとして、そしてエトワールの提唱者として、より心を込めておもてなししますわ。これからも。
Interesting. I wonder if that means we're going to be seeing Maria as the class trainer for the new Gunslash class. But we'll have to see how that all plays out. Let's now check out Blitz's interview.
どうもこんにちは。アークス一の情報屋パティエンティアのパティちゃんです。本日はなんと最近認可されたばかりの新クラス、その名もエトワールの提唱者であるルコットさんに突撃インタビュー。イエーイ、どんどんパフパフ。
のっけからうるさいよパティちゃん。すみませんルコットさん、インタビュー受けてくださいますか？
はい、喜んでお受けいたしますの。よろしくお願いいたします。
では早速、まずはルコットさんご自身について、日頃から大切だと考えてることは？
Are we actually standing here for this conversation?
そうですわね。一言で言うと信頼ですわ。メイドとして仕事を任せても大丈夫だと思ってもらえるような信頼を得ることが大切ですの。例えば身だしなみ、清潔感のあるしっかりした服装の方が仕事を任せやすいと思いますわ。私がメイドの姿をしているのも身だしなみを整えつつ自身の気持ちを引き締めるためですの。
なるほどなるほど。メイドさんの服って素敵だよね。ティアも着てみたくない？
私は別にいいです。
じゃあ次、趣味とか特技とかは？
趣味はお掃除で、 特技はお菓子作りですの。
お掃除が趣味なんだ。じゃあティアと気が合うかも。
私は趣味っていうよりパティちゃんが散らかす一方だから仕方なく掃除してるんだけど。
あ、そっかそっか。ちなみにどうして掃除が好きなの？
地道な小さなことの積み重ねが片付いたりピカピカになったりという大きな成果に結びつくからですわ。ただ成果の目標が高すぎる点が私の短所とよく言われますの。納得いく成果が出せなかった時はお掃除前の状態に散らかし直してからもう一度お掃除をやり直しますの。
自分で散らかしてまた掃除。すごい永久期間だ。
違うわバカね。それはそうとお菓子作りってどんなものを作られるんですか？
焼き菓子が多いですわ。オリジナルのレシピを考えるのが好きで味も見た目もこだわって作りますの。焼き上がった時の甘い香り、箱を開けた時の皆さんの笑顔、召し上がった時の美味しいという声、それらすべてが愛おしくて至福のひとときなのですわ。
なるほどなるほど。オリジナルのレシピってのが気になる。教えて教えて。
それは企業秘密ですの。
秘密にされるとますます気になる。
こらこら、情報屋だからって無理に聞き出すようなことはしない。人には自分だけの秘密が。
自分だけの秘密。そういえばこないだティアもメイド服。
以上エトワールの提唱者ルコットさんへのインタビューでした。それでは失礼します。
ちょっとティア引っ張らないでよ。
また楽しくおしゃべりしたいですわ。かわいいお二人さん。
Yeah, I don't think we were actually there for that conversation, so not quite sure how we saw it. Maybe we saw it after the fact. Anyway, names given by a friend. Let's check this one out.
Goきげんよう、マスター。白き綿雲、ルコットですわ。
白き綿雲？何ですかそれ？
キョウさんの二つ名の真似ですわ。どうです、マスター。
It's,
あら、お気に召しませんの？ちょっぴり残念ですの。二つ名って自分で名乗るときはとっても勇気がいるものでしたのね。キョウさんの勇気はすごいですわ。
そうそう、二つ名って小さかった頃いきなりキョウくんが名乗り始めたんですよね。今日から流星の一番星と呼べっていきなりでびっくりしましたよ。一度も呼びませんでしたけど。
懐かしいですの。あれはちょうど私の体が9000フォトン増進を起こす前ですの。
そうですよ。驚いたといえばルコがキャストになった時も驚きました。突然学校を長く休んだと思ったらいきなりキャストになって帰ってきて、背は高くなってるし即卒業ですし。
そうでしたわね。通常ならキャスト化は出生後すぐに適正で判断されますから、後天性の急なフォトン増進は稀で、異例ながら認めていただいて幼年学校に通っていた途中でしたが、 キャスト化することになりましたの。結果私だけ幼年学生ながらいきなり現在のキャストの体になりましたから、最初はストラトスとキョウさんに怖がられたり嫌われたりするかもと不安でしたの。
嫌うなんてありえません。どうあってもルコはルコですし、大切な友達に変わりありません。
ストラトスは昔からずっとそう言ってくれてますものね。でもあの当時キャスト化の後、私の本来の心は失われかけていましたの。私はおもてなしが好き。戦闘のために心を殺すことができず行動が停止したあの時も、ストラトスとキョウさんに心を殺す必要はない、自分らしくと励まされて立ち直れましたの。あの時ストラトスがくれたお花のアクセサリーは今も大事に肌身離さず持っていますわ。
懐かしいですね。ルコットが元気になるようにって願って作ったんです。あれ、あの時キョウくんも何かをプレゼントしていたような。
はいですな。あの時キョウさんがくれたのが私の二つ名でしたわ。
うわあ、私も思い出しました。ルコ、二つ名をプレゼントされて呆然としてましたよね。
あの時いただいた二つ名は流れゆく白雲でしたわ。
そうそう、いい案が出なかったってキョウくん悔しがってましたよ。あ、レコの白き綿雲って
キョウさんと私の合作ですの。
いいなあ。なんだか私も二つ名が欲しくなってきました。そうすれば三人で。
ならばくれてやる。今からお前は青き閃光ストラトス、そう名乗るがいい。
青き閃光、さすがキョウくんです。
はいですの。凛々しくてストラトスにとってもお似合いですの。
それでは恐縮ですが早速、青き閃光のストラトス、
白き渡り物ルカット。
これは照れちゃってダメです。やっぱりなしで。
そうですの。かっこいいと思いましたのに、ちょっぴり残念ですの。
Had a real Power Rangers feel to that, but not just only that, how are they powering up like that when the ship's limiter should have prevented that? Alright, let's move on to the next one. A Tale of Two Castles.
そういえばマルさん、ここってもともとはクエント城ですよね。エピックの王宮はどうしたんですか？
私が住んでるわよ。私のために作らせた王宮だもん。当たり前じゃない。
そうですか。じゃあこっちのクエント城には遊びに来てるだけなんですね。
こっちも私の城。
Yeah, this became the epic Cuento country, right? I think.
なんたって私は神聖エピクエント魔導国の新王様だからね。城や王宮の2つぐらい持っててしかるべきよ。
マルさん、クエントを併合して傲慢さに磨きがかかりましたね。さすがです。
うるさいわね。いいじゃない、私の国なんだから。城だってなんだって私のものよ。
だいたい移動はどうしてるんです？かなり距離あるじゃないですか。
そんなもの剣の巫女の力で一瞬よ。
伝承の力をそんな軽々しく？
赤き邪竜の伝承だかなんだか知らないけど、使わなけりゃ宝の持ち腐れじゃない。
というか、 アリサさんもよく許してくれましたね。
ま、国が一つになってもエピックとクエントじゃ文化も環境も違いすぎるのよ。急にいろんなことを一つにまとめちゃったら神だって混乱するでしょ。だから私が行き来して2つの国の民たちの話を聞きながら一番いいやり方を考えてるのよ。剣の巫女もそこは理解して手伝ってくれてるわ。
そうだったんですね。
不敬なあんたもさすがに感心しちゃったでしょ。ほら、敬いなさい、敬いなさい。
マルさんってまるで本物の国王様みたいですね。
よーせー。
Well, at least they're able to get around easily. That's probably the same spell that Harriet was using earlier. Alright, last one we've got here is Lisa's Unstable Soul.
こんにちは。ハリエットはオメガに残りましたよ。今リサの中にはリサだけですね。ハリエットと話したくてもリサには何もできませんよ。
Are you lonely?
寂しいですか？よくわかりませんね。リサの魂は不安定だと話しましたが、ハリエットがいなくなっても何がどうなるわけではないですよ。でも創世記は残してくれました。性能は少し落ちていますが、これまで通り戦えますよ。ハリエットとまた会うんですからね。敵さんを撃って撃って撃って撃ちまくりますよ。
Alright, that gives us a Lambda Grinder. And that is it for the story here. Alright, let's get out of this menu here. Alright, and that just gave us 5 ability transfer passes. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our way out to the lobby here. Now, let's see, where is this emergency quest happening? Let's see. Yeah, let's check the counter instead. I'm just wondering if this is the same one or not, because if it is, we've already tackled that here today. Yeah, it's the same one. So since we've already run through that today, we're gonna go ahead and skip that, and we're gonna move on to the Pusoni section here. So, as mentioned before, we've got these 3 characters from the Pusoni comic, as well as animated series that is on the that displays on the TVs, as well as on the YouTube channel for the official Phantasy Star Online 2 Japanese team. So let's go ahead and speak to Zect here. Nice to meet you. I am Magical Robo Zect. It is you, isn't it? The one who took orders from Mitrashi and the others when they were here before? Giving orders to other arcs. It looked really fun. We want to try it as well. Will you please let us issue some orders to you? If you want to take orders from me, just speak to me again. Yes, we don't have a choice here. Oh dear, I've got to clear out some client orders here. One moment. I'll just get rid of these suppression missions here. I can always pick up more. Or subjugations, rather. Need 2 more cleared out. Now, this is what happens when I don't, when I let my, premium lax. Anyway, so slimy, I'm shuddering. So, they are asking us to defeat a Beal Maduna? We're ready to start ordering you around. First up, I've got an order for you. I want to send you after some tentacled enemies. Can you defeat a Beal Maduna? I thought there were no enemies with tentacles at all, but I'd forgotten about her. This is my partner card. Call me for the quest, if you like. I'll be happy to help you anytime. Oh yes, if possible, touch those tentacles with your bare hands and tell me how they feel. Thanks in advance. Alrighty, so with that, we're gonna make our way down to the quest counter here. And we're gonna go to Free Field for the seabed. Start this up on super hard. Alright, we'll pause the booster. And why not? We'll go ahead and grab Zect here. If I can find them. There they are. Alright, let's do it. Now the mission is just to take out the Beal Maduna, so that's what we're gonna do here.
Emergency code judgment.
Alright, so for those unaware, the reason I switched to my other weapon real quick there was because when my photon points get all the way down to 0, I can then use a photon art on that weapon, which will refill all the photon points, and that has around a 2-minute timer. Unfortunately, it looks like this is the wrong path, so we actually gotta head back to the south and head east instead and then north. Unfortunately, there's no good way for me to know that until I actually go down the path. I'll go ahead and grab that. Yeah, so the exit is going to be up here. Alright, once we get through this area, then we'll be able to take down the Beal Maduna. And I am hitting those enemies just so I can get some photon points back, so I can move quicker. Alright, there's the refresh on the photon points again there. Alright, let's get in there. Yes, as you can see, they go down real fast. Alright, and the Ryo Pichu, thank you for the follow there.
Completed.
So, it's an interesting idea, Divide Quest, but to be honest, I've never gone through a full run of it. I haven't gone through all the stages before. It might be something I'll do eventually, but I've just been so focused on the North American version, I really haven't had a chance to do that yet. Alright, let's hand this in. Hey, good work out there. What did you think of Biomaduna's tentacles? Oh yes, doesn't that slimy feeling just make you shudder with delight? Although, to be honest, I won't be satisfied with just that. I want those tentacles to squeeze my body, to force themselves into my joints and pull me apart. I want to play with more tentacles. There aren't enough enemies with tentacles. Yeah, Zekta's always had an interesting personality. Alright, let's speak to Dulce next here. Looking for Makino. Next is my order. Can you find Makino? He should have been here with us. He should be in the shop area, but I can't find him. It seems he is lost. He's a Newman boy wearing a yellow costume. You might think him a girl at first. I have searched everywhere. Well, actually, I have not searched the red and blue rooms, but no, he couldn't be. Oh my goodness, did Sega finally have a reason to put those blue and red rooms up? Alright, not in the blue one. Oh, where is this thing pointing me anyway? There they are. Okay, I know this joke. There's a cat walking on their keyboard right now. Oh, I'm sorry. My cat got on my keyboard and typed something strange. Eh? Dulce asked you to come and find me? Thank you very much for looking for me. When my cat jumped on my keyboard, I lost control and found myself in this red room before I knew it. I see. We're meeting in the central square. I'll be there as soon as I've removed my cat. Yeah, I think that was actually a joke from the first season of Pusoni. Welcome back. Did you find him? So that was it. He ended up in the red room because of the cat. I see. Why does it never let me hold it? In that case, I am sure he will join us soon. I will check on him later. I am grateful for you looking for him. Thank you. Alrighty. And on to Nekonomiya. Well then, next is my order. The other day, I took a lot of screenshots in my room with Tetra. I want to take some more in a location that feels a bit more, you know, open. I want to go on a quest with Tetra to somewhere that has beautiful scenery, but I won't be able to focus if there's enemies around. If it's not too much to ask, could you come with us as an escort? I'll give you my partner card, so give me and Tetra a call whenever you're ready. Take good care of us. Okay, so we've got their partner card. Now... yeah, I kind of feel like, in the early days, the red and blue rooms were supposed to be part of the battle system. But, I don't know. That might not actually be the case. That's just kind of a guess I have. Anyway, if you weren't aware, the other characters from Pusoni are available here. So we've got Tetra, Mitrashi, and Ichika. Now let's see if they've got anything. I love leveling up. Some people know how to dress themselves really cutely. When I see someone like that, I like to sneak a look at their fashion information. They can't tell you're doing it, so it's totally safe. Ah, I always keep my fingers crossed that I'll catch a glimpse of Kuna or Kyokia. Not that we can actually cross our fingers with these old-type hands. Alright, so... I'm not sure if Nekonomiya would have given you, Tetra's, partner card as well. Just because I had already participated in the previous version of this event. Where I already got their cards. Oh, actually, I should go ahead and, collect on my, ARCS missions here. There we go. Anyway, let's see where we're headed here. We are headed to the ruins, so we're gonna do ruins exploration. Once again, we'll do this on super hard. Alright, so we need Nekonomiya. There we go. And Tetra, I believe. Yep, and then I need to lock the room so nobody else can join us. And off we go. Alright, now what were the clear conditions on this? Do I need to get an S rank, or am I clear? Just says clear. Alright, then we're just gonna make our way over to where the Zesrda is. Alright, we are past area number 1, let's move on to area number 2. And then once we clear through here, we will be at the boss. Okay, so doesn't look like the exit is up here. So then, is it on the east side? Looks like that is the case. Alright, this will be another quick kill here. And down they go. Alright, and we got the clear on the client order. Back over to the shopping area we go. Thank you so much. Thanks to you, I was able to take my best screenshot yet. The beautiful field of flowers. Me looking like this, her looking like that. Tetra seemed to be excited. No, more like satisfied. I'll upload the screenshots I took with the same tag Tetra uses when maintenance day comes. Won't that be fun? Oh, Brightstar, why don't you upload some screenshots and tag them with Pusoni friends too? Interesting. We might have to take a quick look at that. Let's see. Is that something that... actually trending, though? Let's see here. Let's... Come on. Alright. Pusoni friends. Doesn't look like anybody's posted anything for that. Or maybe it needs to be in the Japanese language. Anyway, let's move on to the next one here. Alright, so cast fashion tips, and screenshot. Okay, so for this one we need to talk to everybody that's over in Franca's Cafe right now. Being a cast is so much fun. It's always exciting when you find some new parts to use. I always enjoy customizing myself so much, but lately I've been wondering if there's other ways I can enjoy doing that. So I was looking for accessories that look good on casts, but there were so many that I couldn't decide. So I'd like to hear a frank opinion from someone who knows me well. It seems that Mitsushi and the others are behind the counter on the floor 2F of the cafe. Could you ask them for their opinions? Alright, back to Franca's Cafe we go. And, Wendell Mark, thanks for, tuning in. Alright, let's talk to these three. You want accessories that look good on casts? What would look good? Let's see now. How about a ribbon casket hat or a fluffy skirt? You could go for a bold, cute kind of look. But maybe that's just the kind of look that works for me. He wants to enjoy being a cast in a new way, and he wants to know what accessories would be good for that. Really? Always the difficult questions from Zect. Now what might work? Oh, I know. How about a bunny ears ribbon? Or maybe a waist-tied jersey? I don't know if they'd work on a mecha, but you never know, right? And Ichika. Accessories to give a cast a new look? I don't even want to know what that Zek guy's up to. Still, if it was me... Eye Patch, Malice Mantle, and Angelian Wings really show off your dark side, so I'd go with them. I might sound a bit self-centered, but that's just my style. It could look pretty cool on him, couldn't it? Alright, client order is done. Let's go ahead and hand this in. So to answer your question, what's going on right now is there's an emergency quest happening, as you can see scrolling across the top, but we also just finished up the episode 6 chapter 5 story a little while ago, and now we're going through this event with the Pusoni characters. Pusoni being a comic as well as an animated series that's part of the game. And hey, Maxon, thanks for tuning in. What ideas did they come up with? A mecha with bunny ears, a mecha with a dark side, a mecha with a bold, cute style. I see. These ideas might just work. Thank you! But come to think of it, the best thing for a cast to do might be to not use any accessories at all. Being a cast is so great. The gist of it is we went to Omega, and we finished off Valna, and now there's a seal on Omega, which is sealing away some of Shiva's power. Alright, Dulce. It seems Zect and Nekonomiya have both had their fun giving you orders. This will be the last order from me. I will give you these partner cards. Can you take Makino and I on a certain quest? You see, I found out that Makino attempted a time attack quest by himself. He did not find success. Makino's playstyle is not suited for that kind of quest. So I wanted to make his wish to clear a time attack quest just once come true. Can you help me? Alright, and so that is going to take us to... let's see. Oh, any time attack quest. Okay. That makes it easy. So, time attack quest. And we'll just do the successive practice Hakutan for this one. That one's gonna be the quickest one to finish up. Alright, there's Dulce and Nekonomiya. Alright, let's get this going. Wait, did I grab the wrong one? Oh, you're right. Okay. We'll back out of this. Thank you. Alright, Dulce and Makino.
いします。
お招きいただいて嬉しいです。
Not sure how I got confused about that. You know what? I think I was thinking cat, and I got confused with Neko's name. I'm not sure if story is locked, or rather, if ultimate quests are. Are you talking about on the North American servers? If you're talking about the North American servers, yeah, they should not be locked by the story. And that's because a lot of events happen in the story very late on that eventually take you to Ultimate areas. But Ultimate areas opened up initially long before the story portion happened. Here comes Gal Griffin. And down goes Gal Griffin.
Emergency code due.
Alright, that client order is complete. What should I... The cat won't get off my keyboard. Oh, poor kid. Alright, handing in the client order. Thank you, Brightstar. We were able to complete the quest. Thank you very much. Thank you for helping me. I'm very grateful. I hope we can play again soon. Oh, Okawa, are you working tomorrow? Eh? That's personal information. Don't talk about it out in the open. Oh, so it is. I'm sorry, I was being careless. Anyway, all of our orders have been completed. I really enjoyed this. Brightstar, thank you so much for taking our silly orders. Let's play again sometime. Alright, so that brings an end to all the fun with these characters here. Definitely an interesting bunch, and also interesting that thanks to this we got so many additional partner cards, but what can I say? It all goes into the stack in the end, and those partner cards, if we come down here to the gate area, and if we go to the title counter attendant, they all turn into titles. which in turn then become titles that you can then get, or additional titles that you can get by doing 10 and 100 quest completions with these partner cards. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that there was regarding Pusoni, and that's actually also going to bring us to the end of things here today. We pretty much covered everything I wanted to cover. We covered the emergency quest that's going on. We covered... Actually, no, I take that back. There was one more thing I said we were going to do, and that is I'm going to grab myself a trigger here real quick. Let's see. Trigger... Not that one. Where is it? Here it is. Solo, Profound Darkness. I said I was gonna pop this so we could, check out that crown. So, accept trigger quest, ultra hard. Yeah, the power scaling in the older quests is just ridiculous. Alright, let's pop Shifter. Let's get this started.
まもなく最前線へ転送されます。目的はダークファルスダブルを殲滅し、深淵なる闇への道を作ること。相手はダークファルス。その力の底は計り知れません。どうか気をつけて無事に帰ってきてください。
Alright, here we go. Starting off with Dark Falls Double.
Emergency code due.
And Maxon, thank you for the follow there. Now, I'm not going for a time attack completion because I do want to take a look for that crown when it comes up. Alright, 2 legs to go. Devil has always been kind of annoying with how erratic their motions are. Alright, down goes Double. Alright, on to the profound darkness now.
深淵なる闇への道は開かれました。残る目的はかの強大な目標を打ち倒すことのみです。細かな指示や命令はありません。完全と戦い、必ず生還してください。絶対に、絶対ですよ。
Let's start with the early hit. There we go.
Emergency code due.
Alright, bring out the bits. Alright, on to phase 2 here. And if I'm being honest, if I was going for a time attack run here, this is the point where I would restart, since I would want to get the extra damage from my weapon being weak, or rather, the Profound Darkness being weak to my weapon. That plus, to be honest, I haven't used the tree buff at all today. Agreed, this is a good remix of it. Alright, bits are coming out. Alright, that forces it to phase 3. Alright, so let's look at this crown. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, there is a crown on there, but it's like, I only see a single spike on the crown there. I mean, a single spike on both sides, and... unless it's the gold trimming there, that kind of makes it 2 spikes. Since the earlier was saying that the profound darkness that's revealed at the end of Chapter 5 of Episode 6 had a crown on its head as well, but I'm having a little difficulty seeing it that way since I was looking more at the spikes. But I guess in a way it kind of works. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see how it all plays out in the final battle, if that's going to show up or not. Alright, let's shift up. Pop our Photon Blast. And Imperial Cleave. Alright, this is the end. And down goes the profound darkness. I guess maybe just the fact that there is a crown there kind of makes it line up. I don't know.